Hi, my name is Mary Whiteley, and today I will be giving you a presentation on personalized learning. So what is personalized learning? Personalized learning is an educational approach that aims to customize learning for each student's strengths, needs, skills, and interests. Teachers need to be able to personalize learning for their students. Every child is different and learns at different paces. It is not a one-size-fits-all approach. So what does this mean? Each child learns at a different pace. Some are audio learners, some are visual learners. Every child learns differently. Teachers need to recognize that and be able to customize their lessons to fit the needs of all children. Whether that is including things they're interested in. Maybe they're interested in cars. Maybe they're interested in dinosaurs. Adding those things that will capture their attention that will make them want to learn is extremely important. So here's an example of that. This picture shows a bunch of different children. It gives them examples of all the ways that they're different and how they learn differently. So there's a child that never completes writing assignments. This can go for a bunch of reasons. Maybe they just don't have the fine motor skills to write at the level they should be at, and it's really hard for them and it's difficult. Teachers should be able to recognize that and maybe give them a thicker pencil so that they can practice, so they have a thicker pencil to practice those fine motor skills. Maybe that means putting a grip on their pencil so they have something thicker to hold on to so that they can write better and work on those fine motor skills. And it could be as simple as that to get them to complete assignments. There's another child that reads at a 6th grade level. This could be a 4th grade class, and a child reading at 6th grade level is going to put them ahead of their peers. But another child in the class could read at a 1st grade level or a 2nd grade level. And teachers need to be able to recognize that all children are not going to be at the same pace that they're reading, and have different reading groups, have different books at different levels that will further the children who are ahead but not hurt the ones that are behind. And also, when you're doing that, include books about things they're interested in. If you know they're interested in dinosaurs, have them read books about dinosaurs. If they're interested in magic and they're reading at a higher level, let them read Harry Potter. All these things that they're interested in will go a long way in getting them to want to learn and read. There's another one who loves baseball. Give him books about baseball. Have him do math problems about baseball. I bet you he will learn better when he's doing something about what he wants to do. There's another child that can't multiply by fives. So if he's working on his multiplication homework might look different than a child who can multiply by fives. He needs extra support and extra help. There's another child that has dyslexia, so that is going to put that's going to interfere with her learning. So her books and her reading level might be a little slower than the child who's at a 6th grade level, and they'll need different support in the classroom. There's a child who knows the name of every state capital. That's something they're interested in. If you give them a assignment based on states and the capitals, I bet you they will do a lot better on it. And there's another child who speaks Spanish. ESL learners are already at a disadvantage, and they need more learning. They need more support. They need more personalized learning to succeed in the classroom. So moving forward, culture and personalized learning is extremely important, and this goes with classroom and school culture. The school culture is the administration letting the teachers have the freedom to explore and see what works in their classroom and what doesn't. How these children can have different learning and customized learning and still be successful. And then the classroom culture is important because the teacher wants to do its best for the children, but recognize that failure is okay. And having, that failure is okay attitude, as long as you're moving forward and learning from it, is extremely important because, you might have to create a few personalized lessons before the child picks up on it and you figure out what works for that child. But creating a classroom culture of exploring and adapting is extremely important for this personalized learning. So what does personalized learning look like in education? What does it look like in a classroom? There's lots of different ways that you can personalize learning for a child. So incorporating self-reflection and goal setting. This could be as simple as, if there's a child who can't multiply by fives and they're working on it all semester or all marking period. At the end of the marking period, they say, can I do it? Do I still need help on it? Where do I struggle? What can I do? See if they're able to do it, and if not, where can you go from there? Using digital content and tools in a purposeful way. There are a million online tools for teachers to use with technology and personalized learning. And they are a great tool. They should be utilized, and it's really important. And we'll talk about a few of those later. Planning for flexible seating. Giving children flexible seating is really important because they can choose where they're comfortable, what they want to do, how they want to sit, and it'll help them focus better. Engaging in self-assessment helps students to develop self-reflective abilities. That kind of goes along with number 1. And then give students multiple opportunities to show their knowledge. If they are not the best writers, but they can talk about any topic that they want, that's the way to show their knowledge. Maybe they still have to write a few things, but if you let them talk about it, they can really show off what they know. So here's an example of the flexible seating. You have the beanbag chair, you have the exercise balls, you can sit on the floor, you have different chairs. Like, all these will help with their sensory too, and it'll help them focus more. So technology as a tool. Technology is a great tool that teachers can use to customize learning for their students and really make it personal. So some examples would be EdTech, game-based learning systems, code.org, and my personal favorite, iExcel. In the next slide, I'll talk about iExcel a little bit more, and my experience with it, but I really like it. And this applies to ISTE standard of teacher as a designer because it uses technology to create, adapt a personalized learning experience that foster independent learning and accommodate learner differences and needs. So my personal experience with personalized learning is I was in, for my early intervention class, I was in a field placement in a 3rd through 5th grade class at James Brown Elementary School. And they all had Chromebooks, they all had their headphones, so they used that a lot in the classroom because this iExcel was a great way to work with children who have all different support needs. All the children had pretty much different IEPs, all 12 of them that were in the class, and they had some different area that they needed help with. And the teacher could use that information to customize their iExcel accounts with books or stories at their reading level and the way they go about the quizzes on there. And they could also pick things that they're interested in. I had one student who loved the beach, so they picked a lot of like vacation themed stories, beaches, different parts of the country, different parts of the world. And she really liked it. She thrived, she enjoyed reading them, and it made it easier for her to want to do it. I had another student who was interested in history, so they picked all sorts of historical short stories, and he loved it, and he thrived with it. And it's a great way for the teacher to see their progress and how they're progressing through reading levels and where they struggle, what they need help with, and she can go in very quickly, very easily to customize it and see what they're doing, how they're doing, and what needs to be fixed within their personal accounts. So that's just an introduction to personalized learning. I think it's a great tool that needs to be utilized more in the classroom, and I think it will be in the future.